Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well, because I'm not, due to the fact that I have to talk about this story once again, which I'm wondering why it's still a story. Of course, I'm talking about the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez shooting, which, in case you've been living under a rock, there was literally a trial for, where Tory Lanez was charged by the state of California, not Megan, the state of California, and was also convicted as guilty by a jury after days of evidence being presented, of witness testimony. Now, you would figure as a result of all of this, this case would pretty much be open and shut by now. But actually, when you go on comment sections across the internet, on social media, on any post having to do with Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez, you will find tons and tons and tons of comments about how Megan lied, she's guilty, free Tory, put Megan in jail instead of Tory. And these calls and proclamations have definitely reached a fever pitch as of late, especially in the wake of this recent story having to do with Tory Lanez being stabbed while in prison, which I will say outright here, I don't advocate for. And while going to prison is obviously supposed to be a punitive experience, it should not be one that just like threatens your life merely by being there. While this is most definitely a problem, there are a lot of people on the internet who, for whatever reason, want to make this Megan's problem. She is obviously feeling the heat of all of this on some level, especially when you consider a recent Instagram post from her, where you can see here Megan essentially is going on a rant, kind of just flabbergasted that this hate campaign against her, basically making her out to be the sole reason that Tory Lanez is in jail right now. Her, not Tory, not his own behavior and actions, Megan. Yes, it's all Megan Thee Stallion's fault, and she needs to be called into question for it constantly and harassed relentlessly. Now, part of the reason that I'm also talking about this is that this harassment campaign is elevating beyond just comment sections on social media, as recently things began to ramp up with a Republican Congresswoman, Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who has devoted a good deal of her Twitter feed to this topic as of late. And she just kind of started tweeting about it out of the blue, like she has shown no interest in Tory Lanez or this topic previous to all of this. Just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this woman cares about this trial that happened a while ago and is talking about how unfair the criminal justice system is and so on and so forth. But like, again, her concern for that only seems to extend as far as Tory Lanez. Like, you're a congresswoman. The criminal justice system has been skewed against people of color for years and years and years now. And all of a sudden, it's like a big issue to you when it's Tory Lanez and it's after he's already been convicted. Anyway, she has been tweeting as of late about new evidence coming to light, and she's going to be dropping new evidence for all to see that's going to exonerate Tory, and it's going to be like crazy. Oh my God, we got to free the guy. It's going to be coming in 36 hours. Watch out, strap up, get ready. Oh my God. Now, 36 hours later, after having tweeted this, the evidence or whatever it is did actually not come out. It took multiple days later, in fact, for it to get to us, and it has arrived in the form of this new website that I guess has been put together by Tory's legal team, or just somebody representing him in some form or fashion. 36 hours later, .com, which, I mean, at a quick glance of all of this, I'm sure if you're stupid, this is all very like convincing. Look, they have court sketches, they have photos of Tory and Megan and other people, and they make it look like the photos are taped onto the backdrop. Oh my gosh. Now, if you go on this page, they really try to lay out a whole narrative that honestly is not new. Like, this is the same shit we've been seeing in anti-Megan comment sections over and over and over again, but it's just on a website, referring to the her stepping in glass stuff as if that has not already been explained. Because if you actually remember the story, Megan originally told the police that she stepped in glass and was not shot because she is afraid of what would happen if the truth came to light. This has already been explained by Megan. This has already been publicly acknowledged. The only people this is convincing to are people who have not been following the narrative up until this point. Another major point to hit on this page is, again, what a lot of Tory Lanez supporters are obsessed with is the idea that at the scene of the crime where the shooting happened, Megan and Kelsey were in an altercation and they were fighting, which, like, honestly, nobody denies that that happened. In fact, it's pretty clear that Megan and Kelsey don't really like each other. Kelsey, not too long after the shooting, actually dropped a diss track toward Megan. I also love how in this section of the website, they cite a song from Megan, a few bars from Shots Fired, where she addresses an instance of chain snatching, where the Genius page, they screenshotted these lyrics from, don't corroborate these bars as having anything to do with Kelsey. But either way, it is clear that Megan and Kelsey are like not super close buddies and friends, and that on some level they don't like each other. If it was in fact just simply Kelsey who was the sole shooter in this instance and the only person shooting at Megan, why wouldn't Megan just say Kelsey's the one who did it? Again, they don't seem to like each other. When I don't like somebody and they shoot at me, I wouldn't hold my tongue and be like, no, it was this other person. But let's talk about the real big, like, alleged linchpin of this whole new wave of Megan lied and Megan's guilty allegations. This page and all of the stupid fucking hip hop Twitter accounts that I see
uncritically
posting about this new evidence here, they're really laying everything on this audio from someone who testified at the trial, Mr. Sean Kelly. And I'm seeing posted around this audio of him being questioned a bit, being interviewed by an investigator of some sort. Now, what I find interesting about this audio is that it's quite rambly. The only thing Kelly sounds completely sure of here in this recording is that there was an altercation between the two women who he saw on the scene.
Then the gun, then the girl shoots it. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you?
Have an appointment in, please?
I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
When he starts to get to the shooting part of the whole thing, he talks about it being dark, having not seen things too clearly. And then when we get to the very end of the recording, where it sounds like he's about to tell us more, maybe vital information, the recording, of course, just cuts off.
But it was dark, and I'm above, so, but then the guy gets out again from the back.
Now, what I find interesting about just hanging so much weight on this audio of this man who was a witness in the trial is that he testified in the trial and had some pretty damning and definitive things to say about the altercation and the whole situation he saw. Kelly testified that he saw an unidentified woman fire the first shot, but that he saw a smaller gentleman fire 4 or 5 subsequent shots in quick succession, causing a woman to fall to the ground bleeding. Also saying, I want to be clear, I never saw a gun, okay, I just saw flashes, he added. He also testified that it appeared to him that the two men at the scene were trying to kill the shooting victim. Okay, so again, regardless of what Kelsey may have done at the scene on that day, it's pretty clear from this man's testimony that the bulk of shots, according to him, were fired from Tory in the direction of Megan, and it appeared to him that the two men at the scene were trying to kill her. And again, this is the guy whose audio recording here these people are trying to use as being like, oh, this is evidence Tory didn't do it, man. Again, I swear to God, if you're one of these music accounts like posting this stuff without actually looking into it, you are a fucking fraud. You're a loser. In summation, just want to say that I find it crazy and honestly like mind-blowing that this is still going on and that there's seemingly a lot of money and effort going into this ongoing misinformation campaign. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there for now. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. I'm sure you will. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Megan Thee Stallion, forever.